Mr. Irontrader, this is the last call of the day, so we'll take a look here at crude oil, WTI and Brent, but we're going to look at the daily and the weekly chart. We'll take a look here at natural gas, we'll take a look at gold and silver, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by selling stock market ETF. If you like to subscribe, thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, WTI, your daily chart and your weekly chart, and then we'll look at the Brent, okay? But right now you can see here we had this nice big downtrend situation, and then we had to close a straight through move, got all the way up to 119. But it was very surprising to me that this didn't chart even higher. We never even made it up to the 130 area or the 150 or 175 or 200. Like they said, oh, that's going to go up to there. Well, I trade the chart, so I have no idea where it's going to go. I let the charts tell me, okay? So you can see it was like kind of like a nothing burger, and right now oil is coming off here very, very nicely. Okay, so now look at here. We lost this key 200-day here, that's 73.69. Now, we went lower here today. We made this low of 72.48, but so far we're holding at 72.83, and that was the retest of that candle right there. So far we're holding that level. Now, when we look on a weekly chart, this is going to be very, very key right here, 72.31, okay? So today we made that low right there at 72.48. And so far, we're holding that 72.31 level. Now, your next key level of support is going to be right here. It's going to be that 70.80 mark. That's going to be very, very key. We get above that, and then we'll come right down to this gap at 67.83. Okay, so you already gap, and there's your right there at the top of that candle, 67.83. If we lose that 50-day, that 100-day, that 50-day, and then here we're going to come right to that gap fill. Okay, then obviously if we lose that, we can come right down here. You're looking at 66.48, and we just follow the candles all the way down until you hit that roughly that 55 area. Okay, now what we're looking at here on the upside, you've got to get back above right there, 73.69. And we have to get back above this key 200-day sitting at 74.93. Those are going to be your critical levels to have to get above. But if we do, then we're going to run right into more trouble here, because now we got this candle right here. You're looking at 76.06. And then we come up here, we're looking at 78.14. And then here's a big boy at 78.30. Now, when those futures open at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock tonight, this is not going to be 78.30. This is going to be down towards that 78 mark. So that's going to pretty much negate that candle, and we're going to come down lower. Now, if we get above this 8 SMA, then we're looking right here at that 79.18. We'll come up there at 81.58, and we'll look to this gap up here at 82.42, and look to the bottom, 83.20. There's your fill. And then we come down the bottom of that candle at 85.74. Then we'll be looking right here, 86.65. And then we look here at your 100-day at 87.39. But it's going to take a lot in order to do that, because look at here. This is all like a complete waterfall situation. Now, the 8-day crossed the 100-day, the 21-day crossed it, and the 50-day is rolling on down. But we are holding this 50-day on a weekly chart, and that's always good. If not, it's going to look for that 100-day. If not, we're going to look for that fill right there at 67.83. Now, you can see here we're over to like an oversold condition, but again, we're overbought. We could stay there. So got to be a little bit patient here. This has still room to run on the bottom. This is still plenty of room to go to the down, and this here is going to the downside. Now, ships are flowing through the Straits of Hormuz, but it's going to take time. This is not going to be instant, okay, like the T-Man says, oh, we're going to be, gas prices come down. No. I just went past the station here. I just checked out today on Gas Buddy, and you're looking at, where I am here, you're looking at $3.86 a gallon for regular. Diesel is $5.69, okay, so that's really nothing to write home about. Now, regular gasoline got here as high as, 480, I think it got as high as 480, and now you're down to, 385. So we're coming down, but again, we have that summer driving situation, and any kind of a disruption, again, is going to take those prices, or at least leave the prices up a little bit higher kind of a situation. So bottom line, watch that 50-day on the downside. We lose it. Your next target is going to be the 100-day. Then we have your gap fill. Upside, we got to get right back here above that key 200-day, above this key 200 SMA right there, and then we're going to head right for that 8-day. Okay, let's take a look here at Brent Crude. Okay, here we have Brent. It's pretty much the same situation. Okay, so today's low, what do we have there for low? 76.44. What we're watching is 76.58. So it went just a little bit lower, but we're stuck right there, which is good. Okay, now we're holding this key level right here. Okay, and that's very, very good. We're holding that 50-day. That's the key support level. Okay, next level is going to be right here at that 74.60. Then we can go to the top of this candle, 73.52. That's your gap fill. Okay, same way with here. Okay, see, there's your gap right there, and then we have that fill situation. going right there at that 73.52. Then next level here, we can lose. You can go 72.13 level, and then we come right down here to that 70 mark, and you could venture all the way down to that 65, which would be good. But the key is here, we got to hold that right there, that 50 SMA here, and we got to hold that 100-day. If not, it's going to go right down to this gap fill right there very easily at that 73.52 level. Now, on the upside, well, this is pretty much the same thing as WTI. We got to get over that 200-day, 78.23, and we got to get over this 200-day right here at 79.34. Once we do that, then we can hit right here for that 8-day at that 81.50. Now, again, if we can get above that, let me bigger up here a little bit. Okay, then we can come here to the top of that candle. You're looking at 82.38 level. We'll come up here, 83.80, and we have that 85.29. We'll come down below there, 85.80, your gap fill. And then we come down here, we're looking at 88.40. And then we're looking at your 21-day, which is clearly crossed that 100-day and the 50 days rolling down. We get above that, then we have the 100-day. But it's going to take something really, really big, to take this back up here, kind of a situation. Because look here what Brent hit. Look at in 22 when it rallied up here. It hit 137. With the Straits of Hormuz close, all this thing happening, and look at shorties and all this, and you only hit 119, okay? So that tells you that, this here was a great, great trade. I traded the BNO here. This was just a really, really good trade. Now, I'm not really what you call a big Brent trader, but I had to get in the game. I'm mostly, with the WTI. But I had to get in the game here with just even all these little trade scalps. However, once we lost that 100-day like we did on WTI, then no more. This is going to be short ski. Now we're hanging right at that 200-day, and we got to hold it on to that 50-day. If not, we're just going to go lower. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, natural gas, you just can't get off the ocean here. Okay, so what we did is came up here, held the 21-day. Ran up here, held the 21-day. Ran up here, only had 1 day below that 21-day. Then you can see where it closed all the way above it. Now look where we are, big red candle. But yesterday, I warned you, we had a topping tail candle at that 3.33. Topping tail indecision. This is never what you really want to see as a candle, okay? That's just reality. Now, we have a big red candle. We got as high as that 3.27. So all your resistance levels are sitting pretty much right here, okay? So this is what you're watching right here, okay? That 326, you can see where it couldn't go up there for the week. Okay, 331, couldn't get up there for the week, and it couldn't even get close to that 338 level, okay, for the week now. Now, what we have to do is we have to get back above this level here. 316, you got to get back above that 317, which is sitting right here, okay? Right there, okay, very, very close. Then we can start rallying up here. We hit the highs today at 327, and then we can start hitting all of this right here, okay? Then you're hitting that 331, then we can hit that 338, then we hit this 339, then we hit 343. You crack that, you're going to go right there at 373. But right now, we just have sideways consolidation. Now, we have one candle here right now below that 21-day like we had here. But again, 1 day does not make a trade. So we got to see what's going to happen here. If we get some heat going here kind of situation, you can see right down here, it's 73 degrees here. Just freaking beautiful. I mean, the sun's out. There's no humidity. It's just absolutely just perfect weather. I mean, just perfect weather to go for a mountain bike ride tonight here. Anyway, what we're looking for, if we keep it on rolling here on the downside, then we're looking for 2 key levels right here. You're looking at 307, that's an 8-day, and we're looking for that 3 flat. That is your 21-day. Then we'll be looking right here, 293. Now, this 3 level here, 100-day, lines up very, very nicely here with the 3 flat. We lose that, 293. You lose that, 285. Now, we lose that. All we do is just bring these price channels right across. That's all your targets to the downside. Now, I don't think it's going to go down there. Realistically, I think we just have side of consolidation. I think we had a red candle, and I think it's going to pop up there. But we got to have a breakout here of all this resistance. I said, this is why you trade the charts. You got to get above that 200-day. Okay, you got to get above that 100-day, and you got to get above that 50-day. If not, you ain't going here. That's just reality. Okay, so trade this. Okay, I do UNG for the long, KLD for the short ski, working very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Okay, gold made basically a lower low. Okay, so we had this nice good double bottom situation, which is still very, very much in play. Okay, we're still holding that double bottom, which is actually a good thing. Okay, so these are the key level that we want to watch right here. This one right here. Okay, this 4046. But realistically, first watch that 4100. Then right here 4046. You got to hold that here on a closing basis. If not, here's your target. It's 35.98, and she will go there, and she'll go there fast. Just look what happened in the past here. You went all the way from a 45 here, all the way down here to a 4,090. Okay, just like that. And that's exactly what could happen here and come right down to that 35.98. Okay, now here on the upside, well, you got a lot of good targets. You got to get above here, this 4,300. You got to get above this 42.51. This 8-day and that 50-day are absolute keys. Once we get above that, then we can aim for the 221-day, which is going to be extremely strong, as we can see right there. And then you can head for that 8-day. Then we can head for the 200-day, the 50-day, and then we come all the way up here to this 4,600, 46.99. Okay, now this is not oversold. This here could go, this could go lower, this could go lower, this could go lower, and this could go lower. Okay, so bottom line, watch two key levels on the downside: 4,100, okay, and 4,046. Now I haven't traded this here until I traded up to here, dumped it off in the 21-day, done. Okay, I don't short it. I'm not really called a big gold or silver trader. However, I'll do scalp it on the long side once I can see a bottom. Right here, I see nothing. Right here was nice because it came down, made a lower low than that 4,100, put that red dog in there, and then put all the shorts in there because they said, oh, it's going to go down lower, and then it just reversed. And that tells me I had to get in. But again, once we cross that 8-day, I'm looking right for that catch-all 21-day. That's where she went. Boom, out of the trade. So now I'm patient. I'm watching that key level, 4,100 and 4,046 to take another scalp ski. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now you can see here we're sitting, boom, right down here. Okay, so now you're sitting at the low today is 61.53. Okay, now if it holds, then we have what they call like a triple bottom. I know nobody wants to hear that because there's no such thing. And I get that. I understand. I've been trading 2.5 decades. I get that. However, if it does hold, then that would be make this here and make this here even stronger. That's why you say, okay, I got a triple bottom. Now, again, if we lose that situation, well, then we're going to be coming right here, okay? You're looking at that 59.90. We're looking at 57.24. We're going to be looking right here at 54.41. We're going to be looking right there at 53.76. And here's your big target at 47.92. Now, this is nowhere near oversold. This could go down lower. This could go down lower. And this could go down lower, okay? Now, that's what you got to be watching here. So right here, this is key support, 61.59, and right here, 61.21. Watch those key levels. If them are lost, okay, then we just look right to the left of the chart here. There's your support until we hit your big boy at 47.92. We lose him, there's your next big boy at 36 flat, okay? Just that simple. Now, upside, well, got to get right back above 63.62. Got to get above that 50-day. That's everything. We get above that, then we have to aim right here for that 8-day at 67.04, and then we'll be looking here for the 200-day at 68.41, okay? Those are all your key levels. Then above that, we have that 70.42 level. Then we come up here to the 8-day at 71.51, and then we have your 50-day. We have your right here at 77, your 100-day. 21-day is first, and then we have your retest at 79.25. But for me right now, no scalping here in the SLV here today. What I'm looking for is if it can hold this level. If it can't, it's going to lower. But if it gets, say, it gets down to this 100-day and it holds it, that would be a great buying opportunity because everything here will be completely oversold. And that way, this here would be a nice, good run all the way back up again. Silver's going to have his day again. Just, as they say, not today. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, for me, Bitcoin is still very, very tradable, okay? BITX for the long, BITI for the short. Now, BITX is only trading at 1162, okay? So you can go in there. To me, I bumped it up from 5,000 to 7,000 shares now I trade. So I'm not looking for that much, okay? That's what I'm saying. So a lot of say, oh, geez, this is going out. Well, yes, it is, because you get 10 cents, okay? 7,000 there, you got $700, okay? You get 20 cents, you got $1,400. You get lousy 30 cents, you're getting $2,100 on the trade. Okay, so just factor that into the situation. Okay, so it doesn't take much. I'm not looking for a point, 2 points, 5 points. I'm looking for change here to make money. That's all I'm looking for. Now, upside, we're hanging right out here. We got to get above that 62,644. Very, very key. Got to get back above that. Next big target is right there, 64,176. You get above that right here, 66,918. Above that, we got this 70 mark here, the 21-day and that 8-day. Then we can start venturing up here. Same old thing, 100-day. Then we had the 50-day. Then we can march it right on up. Okay, but right now, the price is below all your simple moving averages, and this is barely clinging to this 200-day. Okay, barely. Now, if this is lost here. This is the one looking at two downside level key levels right here. 60,005. That's critical, and we're looking for 59,275. If that is lost, and very, very possibly that can be lost, then we're going to be looking right here. Your next support, 58,945. Take the bottom of these candles here, 57,550. Okay, 56,295, and it will come down here, 54,545. You got 52,920, and then right here is your big target at 49,365. Now, we also have, if it keeps right on going, we got a target all the way down here at 38,540. You could come all the way down here. However, the lower this goes, the better and a buying opportunity this is going to be. Okay, Bitcoin's going to have its day, but I think it's going to be early, late fall situation is where it's going to have to try to build a pattern up. Now, again, if it can hold this situation, this 59,275, that could be a very good buying opportunity, because then we'd have this here, we'd have this here, and we'd hold it again for the third time, and that would show massive, massive strength in a situation. Same way with gold and silver in a situation, okay? So that's what we're kind of looking at. But, you know, you got a lot of ring. But right now, this is just a trade until we start rocking above that 21-day, 8 and the 21-day here. Until we start rocking above that, this is just a trade. That's it. All right, that's what I got for you. Now, SpaceX, I did a nice vid there on SpaceX at the midday trading. So if you're trading SpaceX, check it out, because I put all the charts possible on there, how I trade it, okay? Your tick chart, your 1 minute, your 5 minute, your hourly chart, your 4-hour chart. You know, everything is on there, exactly how to trade it and make money. Now, SpaceX was a fantastic trade today, okay? I got in at 149 and I was out at 158. Okay, it got as high there as 165, so I got right back in here. When it pulled back, I made another 5 points on that there. So right now I'm up 14 points there so far on SpaceX. Okay, so right now SpaceX is not a buy and hold. Okay, don't listen to this bullshit on Bloomberg or CNBC or none of that. Okay, it's not a buy and hold. You have to wait till you find an actual bottom before something would happen, okay? But right now, it's just a trading situation, because just remember, today it got down as low as 147.11. Remember, its original IPO was 135. So it could come all the way down there, maybe even down to 125, if not lower. So don't buy and hold this thing, because you want to buy it as cheap as you can. Right now, trade it. All right, remember, API numbers for Crude will be out today at 4:30, and I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.